everyone. Today on my cooking show, I'm going to make a peach blueberry crumble. Now, you can do this so seasonally once you have a great recipe. You can do pears, plums, and cranberries in the fall. There's so many things, but right now the Georgia peaches are coming out, and as the summer goes on, they're going to get sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. I hate peach fuzz. They say it's hereditary, and apparently my grandfather, my mother's side, could not bite into a peach either, so I guess I did inherit that. Love peaches but can't touch the fuzz. So the best way to peel the peach is, if you're going to be cooking the peaches in any way, you don't have to necessarily time it, just plop it in a couple minutes, you're fine. 10 seconds really is all you need, especially if you're not going to cook the peaches. So big pot of boiling water. I was kind of lazy today. Normally I wouldn't put in, now that's fresh when it still has a stem on it. Normally I'd only throw in about 6 peaches at a time, bring it out, cool it, and peel it. But I dropped them all in because not only am I making this peach blueberry crumble, I'm going to make a peach compote with a little brandy in it to go with it. And of course, I had to make ice cream, so I made a peach almond ice cream as well. We'll let that ice cream melt a little bit as the crumble comes out of the oven. This is going to be so easy and so much fun. So let me peel the peaches, and then I'll show you what else we're going to do. Okay, so here we are. Erin has beautifully peeled those peaches after they went in the boiling water, so we didn't have to worry about the peach fuzz. Now this is a recipe that works either in your casserole dish, or you can use them in individual crocks, which I really like. I just think it's a cool presentation for guests to have their own crock, and then you can give them some clotted cream or ice cream, or like I said, the peach compote to use. Oh, this is cool. I'm totally off the subject, but they just sent me a smoking gun, and I'm so excited. Everybody's doing the smoked pork chops. I can make my own smoked salmon, smoked tomatoes. So I'm actually going to have a smoke-off, yes, the legal kind, with John Scalzi from the station. So that's going to be really fun. So here's my smoking gun, but let's get back to this. So I've got these beautiful fresh blueberries. These are actually Florida blueberries, and they're really sweet. This morning's breakfast, my oatmeal. I better put some blueberries in there, right? Okay, now, look at all this wonderful peach juice that's just sitting as residue. What I'm gonna do, I'm going to put that in a container. I'm going to stick it in the freezer because that's just going to be delicious the way it is. You can use this as ice cubes in iced tea or just something really refreshing. You can even use this juice to make a beautiful peach salad dressing. So don't throw things out. Think about what flavors might look good. Now, Erin's dicing the butter. There's a reason why I sold my dessert company after 5 years. I hate to bake. And Erin, you were actually telling me that it's not exactly your cup of tea either.
No, don't like baking either.
Why?
Too tedious, too many patience, which I don't have.
Yep, that's me.
Measuring, which we don't like.
No, exactly. But
cutting butter
and tediously whipping it in. But we are doing it for you today. So that's, when I say I'm making dessert, that's a labor of love. I mean, really a labor of love. So we're going to come over here. What we're going to do is avoid the sound. We're going to throw in the sugar, white sugar, brown sugar, flour, pinch of salt, cinnamon. We're going to slowly add the cold butter. And there's a reason why I don't work with cold butter like pie crust, because I make the world's worst pie crust too. But actually, when this all gets topped, we'll go behind the scenes at ABC and show you how we're going to set up for today's show. Okay, we're back at the station now, getting ready to do our peach blueberry crumble. Like I said before, think of other fruits that you can use. Definitely, if you're from the Michigan area, you're going to want to use cherries this summer. You could do a cherry and strawberries. It'll cut some of that tartness crumble. It's going to be so easy, but I like to mix a couple different fruits, so maybe cherry apricot. One of our producers just found out that she has diabetes, so we're going to work with Truvia later on. I'm going to test it. Obviously, it's like a 10-to-1 ratio compared to sugar, so just a little bit goes a long way, but we're going to try to work to use a whole wheat flour, so there's less of the white starched flour that turns to sugar in your body, and just make her a nice little crumble. But I got to show you what we did since we left my house is we mixed butter, and it's got to be cold diced butter, brown sugar, and regular sugar, and we whip that up with a little flour, and that makes the crumble. I mean, come on, how easy is that? When you bake it, line your cookie sheet with parchment paper. Why? Because you don't want your cookie sheet to look like this. And trust me, the majority of my cookie sheets at home do, because I always do that. But parchment paper, you know, and you can use it again, fold it over, but that's really important. Now look at this. This is the done, this is the finished product, as we like to call it in restaurants. But this is perfect, like I said, in that casserole. It's really yummy. It's, you know, this is something you can even serve for brunch instead of like a stuffed French toast, is you can just serve this blueberry peach crumble. And if you're doing it for brunch, put a dollop of whipped cream cheese on top, and that will give it a little fullness. It'll be really good. That is my scoop of the day on Chef Judy Foodie TV.